gets us in the talking mood.
The podcasting. What would be the music to set the mood? Like porn music? Like what would be the porn music podcasting to really like get going?
It'd be like a rock elevator music.
Dude, that's funny. That's kind of what I was thinking too. That's hilarious. It softens up, but then it comes back.
Yeah, that's definitely what it'd be. And you'd be waiting, and you'd kind of notice it, and you'd be like bobbing your head. And the person next to you would be bobbing their head too, and you'd be like, "Yeah, that's what's up."
That's it.
They get it. Everyone in this elevator is pretty cool. That's how you know. And you light that doob up. You hit the emergency stop. Just take a second to enjoy your day.
Yeah. Maybe you pull out a doobie, you light it up.
Kick out that fake top of the elevator. Spark it. Don't give a shit about that no smoking sign. Doesn't apply to weed.
Yeah, no smoking signs only applies to pussies.
It's merely a suggestion.
Yeah, we both violated that in Vegas.
Yeah, well, yeah, Vegas is tough because you never know where is okay and where isn't okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it is. I guess it doesn't count because it's like, hey, what the fuck do you want? You can smoke here, you can smoke there. I mean, what the fuck? In between,
People
okay?
smoking on this. People smoking on the sidewalk's okay. I smoke in the Bellagio fountain. It's like not cool. Like
I try to light one up
That's
in the
pro-
middle
that's
of
profiling.
the Cirque du Soleil, and everybody gets pissed.
it's like that guy's tripping over there. Oh shit! It's Seth Rogen.
He just came from Burning Man.
Is that Paul Rudd? Damn. No, I want to see something next time I go to Vegas.
Yeah, man. The shows are what makes it, I think. There's a lot
A
of...
show or even a fight.
Ooh,
would be fun.
Yeah, UFC would be really good.
But you were saying that those only come around, like, you can't really plan for it, right? You can't be like, oh, in a year I'm going to go to Vegas and see a fight.
Yeah, you'd have to plan it for a certain time to catch it. I don't think fight night happens always there. Like, I think they spread it out across the country. Now that they've locked down New York, they're going to use MSG a lot.
I thought they banned MSG in food.
Dude, no bueno. It gives me so much headache. Like, my head's just pounding. You can't eat the Chinese food in a lot of places.
I never understood that.
I think it's just another urban myth.
Yeah, because I think they did say, like, oh, none of that was real.
Yeah.
Came out and said that eventually.
Yeah, and MSG is literally still in everything. It's just under 1,000 different names. You can find it.
Just making shit taste real good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
While preserving you from the inside out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You want to keep that stomach, don't you?
Yeah, right?
Put preservatives in it.
It's the way to eternal youth. Stop you, Asian.
Man. Cut it out. What? Oh, man. So the scary shit.
Yeah, I mean, now that we're here, it's the day. It's Halloween. I love Halloween.
Favorite time of the year.
Yes, sir. American Slacker podcast loves Halloween. And we've got quite an arrangement of scary and creepy shit for you. Places and creatures and stories. Oh my.
And I carved a pumpkin.
Yeah, man. Let's say that pumpkin's getting posted. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was my attempt at doing our logo. It's like the eagle's head from our iTunes logo.
Yeah, it came out dope, man. I really, really think it came out dope.
I'm no pro, but I'm proud of my pumpkin this year.
Yeah.
I always try and do something cool.
Fine pumpkin, sir.
Well, thank you.
Let's start this out with a crazy incident that happened to me.
Yeah, this freaked me out. You told me this the other day, and I was like, this is like a real life horror story.
Yeah, yeah. So this happened years when I was younger, at a younger time when I would make bad decisions and youthful mischief. Seeing as it's
As we all do.
yeah, it's natural. And so it wasn't anything too bad. We were biking, me and a buddy who will remain nameless. We were biking late at night. It was past midnight, and there was a bunch of these big, not the little cones, but like the big barrel, like type deal, like road. I don't know what you call them, road barrels.
The ones, yeah, the like construction barrel things that you'd see on the highway.
Yeah, yeah, like in the movies, people always like crash into them, like fucking action movies, like oh shit.
Now, I always thought those were full of water.
Yeah, well, they weren't. They were hollow and they were very light. And so me and a buddy decided to take like 6 of them and block off Route 9. Route 9G. Not that it matters. You guys don't need to know where exactly this went down. I don't want to criminally, set myself up.
So you blocked off a road.
Blocked off the roads, which wasn't 9G at all. And anyway, so we're biking away. We're about a quarter mile away, and a car goes by. It's a SUV, and so it goes by, and we don't think anything of it. We just keep biking, and normal like, and then all of a sudden we just hear like the engine go brrr, and it's like ripping around, coming back at us. So me and my buddy just bike our asses off into like a wood line, like on the left side of the road, okay? Going away from this, like, objection we made in the road. And so we hide in the wood line, the car goes by, and we're like, oh shit. So we waited out for like 10 minutes, and we're like, all right, well, we're probably good. So we come out, and we go to head down the way, the car went. We were going to cut down a road on the right, like, it's right down. And sure enough, we're going down, we cut another road, we're like, yeah, we're good. And then in the darkness, man, lights come on, and coming straight at us, man, this SUV just gunning for us, man. It was wild.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, one of the most terrifying moments of my life. So, me and my buddy bike around, we dive right, go into some yards where the car can't go after us exactly. Anyway, like we go to the backyards, and the car comes around and goes around these people's houses and comes into their yard and is chasing us in their yards now. So we go through probably.
So you guys are running through backyards.
Oh, we're biking through backyards.
Sees you.
We're biking through backyards. We're
okay.
still on bikes. Like,
so
we bike a lot. So it was nighttime. We're still good. Like we're biking in the dark now. Like just praying we don't fucking hit anything that we can't see. And
so you're biking through these backyards, and all of a sudden this car comes ripping through these people's backyards. Like biking, yeah, you could probably get away with that. There's nothing too wrong with that. But this guy's insane.
Oh man,
he's coming after you.
He's going violent over like such a dumb. It's like it's a shame to call it a crime. It's just a dumb action that like. Yeah, we shouldn't have done, but it does not.
You were messing with some caution codes.
What incurs? Okay, so we keep on biking. He comes ripping around. He's in the backyards with us. At this point, me and my buddy get separated. We dive into the woods and we bike as far as we can. We both have to ditch the bikes, so we're like worried for our lives literally at this point. We ditch the bikes and start running. Run and dive. It's a little scenario. Get away. It's a tactic we've used before.
Tuck and roll.
As you know. And so we just, dive. We run 20 yards into the woods, say, and dive. And at this point, we're both separated. I don't think he was that far from me, but it was just, you get quiet. Laying on the ground, and people with flashlights start coming through the woods. And my buddy was apparently so close to him that he could hear him talk. I forget exactly what he said. They were saying, he said they sounded like kind of redneck. I think he said one of the guys was like, "Which way did they go?"
Oh man, it's straight out of a movie.
Yeah. So this goes on for a while, man. This whole chase was probably more than an hour long, and it was only a couple of acres like that, like we were like slithering around on. Like I was far enough away to keep like moving away a little bit at a time because I could see where they were because they had flashlights, and like I'm in the dark, my eyes are adjusted, like so it's kind of easy for me to creep around. I definitely fucked my ankle up that night, like scraped it all up and shit. Fucking, there was rocks in the woods. Fucking, it was a nightmare. Um,
You're belly crawling like you're going under barbed wire, trying to just like avoid the
Crouch
flashlights
walking,
at this point.
crawling, whatever, man. Like panic ensues, man, and you'll just like fucking do whatever you can. So at this point, I'm like on the edge of like a person's property. Okay, um, to give you an idea, we're back onto the main road, like basically, like I'm on the wood line between somebody's property that lives right on that main road. So I had double backed almost. And I stashed my backpack inside of a little kid's like playhouse. You know, like those plastic playhouses you can get at Toys R Us or whatever.
Yeah.
So I come out of the wood line, throw it into there, and I head back into the woods. And man, so the truck comes creeping right into the yard, so close to me with the flashlight, and I'm laying on my stomach, and they're just looking at me, and I'm like, holy fuck, do they see me? Like, they hold a flashlight, like, in my area, so it's like, I can only imagine if they were like, is that fucking him? You get out and check. No, you get out and check, motherfucker. I don't think it's him. Alright, let's fucking keep going. Like, they just keep rolling by.
Wow.
Then, man, like, after fucking 45, 50 minutes of this, we hear fucking, they rip around and they go back, and there's another car there now. Like, they've called somebody, okay? So they're fucking sitting there talking. They grab our fucking bikes and they peace out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you lost the bikes.
We lost the bikes, and we fucking sat
But
there.
you kept your lives.
Oh, yeah. We sat there for like 20 minutes, probably separated still, after they had left, because we were worried maybe they left a fucking scraggler, like fucking just hanging out, fucking trying to get us.
Waiting.
You know? Dude, it was some fucking creepy shit. Like, I am no fucking storyteller, but dude, if you want to talk about fucking being scared that somebody's fucking, you just crossed the wrong motherfucker somehow. Like, it was clearly not
It's
a police
the classic.
vehicle, okay? Just to give you the idea.
Oh,
so
no.
if anybody's like, oh, it was the fucking cops. No, it was not the cops, okay?
Well, I would think that like the cops wouldn't rip through someone's backyard
Yeah,
too.
and I'm talking like fucking not like, oh, they're ripping like fucking 5-10 miles an hour. I'm talking they're fucking full gun in the fucking car, spinning tire, like ripping people's lawns up, fucking. It's amazing people didn't come outside, like, you know, like, fucking talk to them. Like, I would be fucking pissed if fucking some big SUVs ripping my fucking lawn up.
That's the classic horror movie setup, though. You know, it's a couple of people that kind of go out to do something that may be questionable, and they then are hunted by someone who is either insane or bent on vengeance or justice, in their mind, which would have been running you guys over.
Yeah, man, yeah, but I want to know what they would have done if they caught us on foot. Like, did they have weapons? Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, and little did they know, like, I had a weapon, too. Like, fucking, I had one of those telescopic police batons at the time, which is totally legal. Fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I had one of those fucking, I was, like, so paranoid. I had that at fucking side the whole time. I was just like, oh, my God, what the fuck?
You were in a horror movie. I don't know if anyone could blame you.
Yeah, yeah. There was at least, like, 2 of them to start with, possibly 3. And then another car shows up. I'm just like, what the fuck? And the other car was a pickup truck. That was what they ended up taking the bikes and throwing them in. Like,
That could have been a Texas Chainsaw kind of scenario going down
Dude.
there. They get one of you and throw you in the truck,
can you imagine? Like,
bring
fucking,
you back to their horror house.
dude, you never know. And fucking, where we're from is kind of fucking backwoods. You never know. There's fucking tons of farms. Fucking pig farms. You can make it disappear after they're done playing with
Yeah, you never know. Oh man,
The
well
mind
there's
will make it
there's
go
a
funny.
real there's a real life horror story for you, folks. Hope that you at least learned something from it.
Yeah, don't fuck around, because it could be karma. Who knows? I mean, but I firmly believe
And
if I hadn't
if
been
you-
fucking around, they would have left us alone.
We know a lot of you are going to be out there vandalizing on Halloween night. spray painting and
Even if it's just
throwing
one
toilet
funny
paper.
thing, like nostalgia kicks in, and you're like, ha ha ha, like I got this egg, like I'm gonna fucking throw it. Don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. Because
you never know who's on the receiving end of that egg.
that guy could fucking have a camera, track you down, and shoot you in your face.
Could be a guy in a clown mask. Could be a psycho in a clown mask that's gonna hunt you down.
Yeah. Could fucking subdue you, trank you, fucking kidnap you, put you through hell. Put you through a world of hell you never knew existed.
Yeah. So I've always wondered, like, where all this like dark,
Yeah, man.
like spirit stuff and masks and all that crap has come from. Like, well, why do we do all this awesome shit?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Halloween's an awesome
we've
holiday.
delved-
Fucking so unique. How do we celebrate all these bad things? Well, it's not really a bad thing that we're celebrating, right?
No, not at all. It's we dove into the history of Halloween, and what we've come up with is some of the earlier parts of Halloween, tracing back to Celtic festival called Samhain,
Yes.
which is essentially the Celtic New Year.
Damn Irish always love to have a party.
Yeah, and it was the Day of the Dead. They believe the souls of the deceased would be available to like talk to, like anyone who died that year would be wandering the earth at that particular date. And it also marked the end of summer, and it was a harvest and the beginning of winter. And they would often have a big bonfire as like a token to the sun to say like, "Hey, stick around."
Yeah, because they associated
don't leave just yet.
winter with death.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's face it. Back then, if you didn't have a good pair of fucking shoes, you're probably not gonna last the winter.
Yeah. You're fucked. You're fucked. Like
You're wearing like
toe by
burlap,
toe.
woven straw, like. Yeah, you're not gonna. Winter's not gonna be too kind to you in the Celtic times. So they also during the celebration wore costumes, which is where our costumes come from. Their costumes though were made of animal heads and skins, and they would also attempt to tell each other's fortune, which I was thinking is probably where the witch type stuff comes in.
Yeah, right.
Of like
how do you know these things? Trickery.
right, doing like
Sorcery.
people's fortunes and
Witchcraft.
exactly, sorcery. Absolutely. So yeah, crops were burned, animals were sacrificed. But later in history, in the 16th century, once Christianity was introduced and kind of woven into like what Celtic religion was, the children would celebrate the Vigil of All Saints by doing the Dance Macabre, which is like it's like a death dance.
Okay.
So all the kids,
Kids should be doing a death
get
dance.
up on
Why not?
Get up on All Saints Day, yeah, go down and do the death dance. I like
spawned into life. Do a death dance now.
right. Do it. We're gonna give you some metal. That's what I imagine they're doing the death dance too. Is they're all like going. They're all prancing around in a circle, just like headbanging as hard as they can with like old school, like long hair on like all the little boys, and they're just like they look like little metal stars from like Norway.
Yeah.
So they're all doing this death dance. They would also like have like costumes, which was a carryover from the Celtic religion, and they were also interwoven with the idea of death. So they're out there dancing, and they got their little death costumes on.
Brutalized deer carcass.
So from the 16th century, where we're seeing it, the death woven in and the children woven in, we now get to Halloween in the United States, which was brought over by European immigrants.
The Irish, I believe, again.
Yes. Which traces back to the roots of where it started with the Celtic religions.
Yeah, the Great Potato Famine brought them over here. They ran out of potatoes, so they were like, we gotta get out of here.
Come and have some nice American potatoes.
Yep.
Some nice McDonald's French fry tasting American potatoes.
Yep. I heard Idaho to the spot.
Oh, yeah. Some of that russet gold. I know my potatoes.
It's the real gold
Don't
rush.
test me. reading all the bags over at Five Guys.
Oh, all right. Damn.
Gotta study up on your potato knowledge.
Where are you getting this product from? I want to see it.
Like I don't eat Wyoming potatoes.
You told me
these
weren't Wyoming.
So the Irish and English traditions become the American trick-or-treat tradition, and by the 1950s, leaders changed Halloween from a holiday aimed at old religious practices to one aimed at young children to limit vandalism. So it's like you give the kids candy, and they're not gonna fuck your shit up.
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, you know, I mean, Mischief Night was a big thing throughout history, and they needed to solve it. They needed to stop this madness.
You have to appease the children.
Kids look forward to just fucking shit up. You got to replace that. Let's give them candy. What do you mean, let's give them candy? Just fucking buy some candy and fucking hand it out. We're gonna bring them around. You fucking hand them candy. It's over.
Should buy a hose is what you should do.
Hose them down.
That sounds like a. They're talking about ramping them up and sending them elsewhere, but they're just gonna come back.
Well, dude,
it's like a
gets
cat.
Pretty brutal.
You feed it.
Mischief Night was like, you know, it sounds like all fun and games, like eggs and blah blah blah. But like, there's places like Detroit where it was like Devil's Night for like throughout like the 70s and 80s, where like people would mainly do arson and burn the fucking places down.
Yeah, that takes it to another. You're not getting any candy if you burn someplace down.
I don't think they were concerned about candy. I think they wanted to fucking get some deep eternal.
But that's what the whole night's about.
Drive.
They're getting the whole damn night wrong. If they're just burning places down, it's all about the candy. They're just giving it away. You don't even have to buy it. You just go and you knock and you have a weird mask on and they hand it to you. That's what it's about. It's not burning places down.
But I'd rather watch it burn.
But the candy. There's airheads right across the street. You just gotta knock. You can go.
You know if they got any.
You don't even need a costume. You're already an arsonist. Just go as an arsonist.
I've already got the gas.
I know. It's part of the costume. You bring it over and you'll have a perfectly good amount of candy. You can leave the fires. This whole building, we should get out of here.
If they don't have
coming down.
Anything that's chocolate and peanut butter, I'm burning their house.
You know, that's fine. I'm sure they'll have a Reese's. So, after you're done burning your houses down, maybe you need to take a trip and find a new house. Yeah, you want to get away, or maybe you want to get away to end it all.
Yeah, well,
is that too morbid?
No, well, there's a beautiful forest to get away in. It's there's rocky ice caves in there too, so it's not just a forest. There's tons of elements for everybody. Now, let's butcher this name.
And it's so dense. The forest's so dense that you can't hear anything, not even the natural sounds of the forest itself. An almost maddening forest.
So it's like one of those chambers where it's like the decibels are so low that you go insane if you're in there for more than 12 minutes. You're just like, I can't do it anymore. That's
insane. So yeah, let's go ahead and butcher this.
Aoki Gahara.
Aoki Gahara. Aoki Gahara.
Gahara.
Steve Aoki Gahara.
Yeah, Steve Aoki Gahara.
Kind of.
DJ Mountain. What?
Now what is this name we're butchering?
So basically, as you said, this is the suicide forest. Most people have heard about the suicide forest and like crossing of like any paranormal documentary. Like it's weird. It draws in an insane amount of people. At least 25 a year come there to kill themselves.
Must be nice.
Yeah. In 2010,
highly trafficked.
I haven't seen any recent numbers, honestly, but I'm assuming it's keeping the average still above 24 or 25, somewhere in there at least. And Japan has a history with high suicide rates between pressure of hard jobs and the whole honor system. So
yes.
That takes a toll into it as all. It's a beautiful place. It's crazy, and I can imagine how eerie it is to feel that. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you could feel energy from places like that because you know what happened. It's probably a mind over matter thing, but I just feel like if I went there, I'd be like, whoa, this is crazy. I'd love to go document it. Like, I'd love to go take photos and video going through there, but like, I just feel like maybe there is energy transfer there going on.
Yeah, quite possibly. I know that I like it's there. I heard something about like signs that like are turning people away if they are going there to commit suicide,
Oh,
where it's where it says like here's a number to call if you're thinking about it. Like so, it is very prominent in that like and known that people go there to do this.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm sure it's been happening for a while, and like you said, it's probably a heavy place to go to.
Yeah, they have to do like literally annual. Like they have to go out there annually to like do searches and make sure there's no bodies that they miss. Um, what other place in the world do they have to do that? Like, oh, we got to go on the annual body check.
Go on the body hunt.
I don't know, man. It's definitely it draws them there for a reason. I mean, it's beautiful.
So do
More
you
than
think that
that.
there's like a do you think that there's a hotel like somewhere around there
Yeah,
that's
oh yeah,
like
it's a really nice
it,
place. They have the best hot tubs you could ever imagine. Really nice bar. The chef has been on Food Network. I'm not gonna name him. Okay, he wants to rename. Doesn't want to get his name out there. It's a great place. It's the last stop. That's the name of the place.
now do you think oh it says the last time I was wow that's like an even better one than I was thinking people love to people love to come here but but never
But they never
or
leave.
like but they never leave yeah so something along those lines
It's still
like
good. It's more
so
poetic. I feel
so
like though too, because it would
so
be
great
longer.
you'll never want to leave.
Oh man, yeah. But all jokes
So
aside, it's
yeah,
a
if you're
crazy place with some type of action going on there to draw these people there to go kill themselves out of all places.
it's those damn ice caves.
Yeah.
On a serious note, if you are having thoughts of suicide or anything like that, please go reach out. There are plenty of numbers to call. Don't do it. Just don't.
Yeah.
Back to the fun stuff.
Yeah. Right. Let's not focus on the bad.
But we had to get that disclaimer out there.
Get it out of the way.
And by fun stuff, we mean the Paris catacombs, where
Man.
there are thousands and thousands of skeletal remains.
Thousands. There's over 6 million people buried there, apparently.
I can't count.
Yeah.
That's too many bones.
400, 6,000, 6 million, whatever. It's a small number gap. No, it's literally the biggest
there's a
grave
couple
in the world.
there's a couple of bones in there, sir. The halls are lined with femurs. Like yeah, maybe 100.
Maybe 100,
Maybe-
maybe 1,000. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't count.
anymore. They keep bringing them in.
can't-
They're overworking us here.
I get tickets on the way home. I don't even know what numbers are. It's speeding over the limit. So the Paris catacombs, as Matt said, 6 million people buried in its small mines in a tunnel network under Paris. They actually you can go and take a tour.
It's still open to this day. Yeah. It's the location to go into it as a tour is like Denfert, Rochera. Is that how you would say it?
Yes, Rochereau,
Rochero.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was. I heard that a lot of people were put under there because of during the plague, and they just continued to do it during World War II, and like it's just lined with bodies. There was actually a horror movie that I saw called Catacombs. That was really good. It actually had Pink in it, the singer.
Oh, wow.
Pink.
She's transferred to acting as
and-
well too. When was is this? Do you know when this came out? Like, is it an older, early 2000s?
This was early 2000s, I want to say. 2015. Well, no, that doesn't sound right. It was 2007. 2007 Catacombs. It was a horror movie starring Pink and Shannon Sossamon. But basically, they were at a rave that was taking place in the catacombs, and parts of the catacombs started to collapse because of the amount of people that were in there because of how old it was,
Okay.
and people got separated from their groups, And these places are dark, and the tunnels are long, and there are no maps, there are no guides. Like if you are down there and you do not have a light, you will be lost.
Oh yeah, well
They,
they
I even
stretch like to ridiculous lengths.
Yeah, so watch Catacombs if you want to get an idea of how freaking terrifying the
Yeah,
catacombs are.
they were used during World War
Um,
II, man. Like the Persian members of the French Resistance used the tunnel systems. The Nazis had a bunker built into it.
right, right, and they're actually even used. I like the Airbnb in 2015. They paid 350,000 euros as a publicity stunt, offering customers a chance to stay overnight in the catacombs.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So would you
Oh
stay
yes,
in the
I
catacombs?
wouldn't
Let us
sleep.
know.
I would
Tweet
be
at us.
walking. Ah, God.
Tweet at us. I would sleep in the catacombs, or I would
Yes.
not sleep in the
Do you have the
catacombs.
balls?
Hashtag catacombs.
God, one of the
I'd do
I would
it.
love to visit these places, man. Like it's crazy. Let me walk through
I
there.
would sleep in the catacombs.
Probably
That
isolated
would
the
be
tour.
interesting.
You only get a little touch of it. You can't go to the plague area.
Yeah.
It's still alive. You'll get it.
Well, there's even parts that are rumored to where they don't even know if the floor is there because the bones are piled so high.
Oh God.
So you could like step and just fall into a pile of bones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be lost down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I could imagine.
Shit is terrifying.
Yeah, they were bringing in bones from like places that flooded out. Like overflow of bones here. Take them. Bring them in.
Take them out. Move it. Yep. Wait, we got to move these bones out. We got to put them in the other room.
That room's full.
There's too many bones.
Put them in the other room across the hall there.
And we got no. That room's full too. We just loaded that with bones
Put
yesterday.
them in the hallway. We don't need to go
Okay.
back
Yeah,
here
we'll just leave
anymore.
them in the hallway. Yeah, we're clocking out soon anyway. So. All right. Well, going from what do we got up next?
Well,
It's I
Some
think
more
we're
creepy
taking a hop,
shit,
skip,
man.
and
We're
jump
gonna-
across the globe.
well, I mean, if you want to take another getaway, Australia is a beautiful place for a getaway. Wonderful place.
I've always wanted to go to the Australia.
Yeah, man. I've always wanted to go to. I've always wanted to catch the vision of a UFO, and I guess I could do a double, kill two birds with one stone. Take a fucking vacation, go to Wycliffe Well in Australia, because it's ranked number 5 as the UFO hotspots, and that was what was that from? That's the Herald. I mean, that's a credible source, man. Come on, I gotta believe their word.
Yeah, why not? It's a newspaper. They must have printing presses.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So go there, sit on the coast, take a drive down the highway, catch a UFO. You don't believe me? Check out YouTube. There's YouTube videos. That's not credible enough? Come on now. What are you gonna say? They're fake?
So this is in Australia. It's like one of the most like UFO sighted areas,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yes. Yeah. The Stewart Highway runs right through it. It's a very popular, like, I guess, way through to get from place to place in Australia. Australia,
It's probably the
like,
only road out there.
yeah, there's not many places that are really developed. Like, there's like a few key cities that are huge and shit, but like there's a lot of it. Like, I forget the percentage. I feel like it's like 70% of it is like not developed.
Yeah, I think most of their cities are like they're all on the coast, is where everyone mainly is, and like all that inland area
Yeah.
is mostly the outback.
Yeah, they have fucking Australia is a fucking scary ass place. It's the scariest place in the world, probably. It definitely beats Africa in my opinion. You got shit to worry about on the land that'll kill you, like small shit, fucking that you won't even see.
Poisonous everything.
Poisonous plants you brush up against that'll fucking kill you overnight. You go to the fucking water, there's fucking sharks everywhere. You're fucked.
Yeah.
They have like the most, dude. I don't know. They might fucking not have as many as South Africa, but fucking they don't have a ton.
No, they got the barrier reef out there, so I think they do have a lot of sharks.
Yeah. Either way, fuck that combination of shit. I don't want to see, but I do want to see these aliens. So maybe you never know.
So if the heat doesn't kill you, then maybe it's the cold that'll get you. Like you can't win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Either way here. So you're thinking,
Let's go
I'm
jump
gonna
south.
Yeah, you're thinking I'm gonna avoid Australia, avoid the heat.
There's no creepy crawlies.
no nothing.
Yeah, no fucking sharks. They don't fucking like the ice cold, right? Come on.
No, they're not gonna survive. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna vacation in Antarctica. There's no way anything can scare the shit out of me there. Uh, Talk to Robert Scott and his hiking party
I
from the
hate to
night from
disagree with you.
1911. Oh, he would love to disagree with you if he was alive to do so.
What happened? What happened to him?
So he's one of the most famous explorers to have landed in Antarctica. In 1911, him and his hiking party or expedition party, they landed and built a seaweed insulated hut. And they were using that for their shelter because they wanted to be the first people to like land at the North Pole, like go all the way to the north, like the South Pole.
Okay, we're here. Put
Antarctica.
the hut up.
Antarctica, South. Yeah,
We're in the
right.
hut,
Yeah,
chilling.
definitely. Who's got the mittens? Who are we drying them? All right.
When was this?
Cool. This was 1911.
Journal entry 4, March 1911. We've set the hut
It's
up.
funny because I'm looking exactly at a picture of him writing, so it's like perfect for what you're doing right now. So yeah, they got all these supplies and stuff that they hiked in, and they're like, all right, we're gonna be the first motherfuckers to land at the South Pole.
We've got this shit.
So Scott and 4 others, I'll give their names out.
Do you know what the
'cause
purpose
these
of the
brave people.
expedition was? Like, were they trying to claim it? Like, were they looking for resource? Like,
Just to like expedition it. Like I
map
guess
it
at that
out.
point in the 1900s were big for exploration.
Yeah,
they were
survey,
like
basically.
everyone wanted a piece of everything.
oh yeah, it was just a madhouse of claiming shit. Like, this is mine. This is mine. People are
Yep.
like, we live
And
here.
there's a lot of-
We live here though.
Right?
Fine.
And there's a lot of dispute about like who owns what for those reasons, and just for like Antarctica, like people go plant their flag and leave. It's like you can't really defend that.
Yeah, right.
So, someone comes, just rips your flag out of the ground,
kicks it
throws
over.
it down. It's like this is ours now. That'd be funny. You gotta leave like one dude there to be like, no. Like, this-
He just shakes
He's
his
like,
hand
one dude
back and
with a
forth
gun.
one finger up.
it's one dude with like a Tommy gun freezing to death in Antarctica, defending a flag.
Just hanging off his beard.
It's like a fucked up game of Risk. Like, I'm just gonna leave one troop down here. Like, please, no. I need shelter. Give me a tank. So Robert Scott sets out with Edward Wilson, H.R. Bowers, Lawrence Oates, and Edgar Evans, and they're going for the South Pole. They reach it on January 17th, 1912, only to find that Norwegian explorer Ronald Amundsen had gotten there weeks before them. All 5 men died trying to get back to camp. The final 3, Scott, Wilson, and Bowers, were just 11 miles away when they died from their camp.
God.
So all of their stuff was just left at the camp, abandoned, and sat there, and is still sitting there today. And people that have visited Antarctica can go in and like look at their stuff of this like essentially a ghost cabin of these abandoned things from these guys that just didn't make it.
Yeah. Fuck, man. That's definitely
Pretty-
eerie.
All that info, give a shout out to darkroastedblend.com. They have a lot of cool pictures. If you go to Dark Roasted Blend and look for the article Ghost of Antarctica Abandoned Stations, they have a lot of cool pictures. Abandoned hangar with like some airplanes, a lot of ships that were just kind of left there. Antarctica's a really eerie place.
Yeah, there's not much going on there.
Not too much. It was big during the whaling era,
Yeah.
but like now that people aren't doing that as much,
Oh,
there's no real reason to
Japanese
be
are
down there.
Probably fucking.
Except to
Fucking
except
shit
to
up.
collecting meteorites is a big thing we had mentioned before, because I guess the magnetic pole kind of makes meteors
Yeah,
land.
must draw them to like come to that. Yeah.
to the poles, which is pretty cool. I never thought about that. There's probably a shit ton of like metallic meteorites chilling around the poles,
Where that kryptonite at though?
right? Then we'll know what's up.
Yeah. It's a little too cold for me, man. I feel like I'm gonna go back to the warm.
All right, where are you trying your
I
luck
always
this
wanted to
time?
go to Africa, man. It's another crazy place that'll eat you alive. And
I left the reins down in Africa.
it's Toto, right? That's a good song.
Yeah, oh
I love
yeah.
that song. But apparently in Africa they've got a problem with man-eating trees.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You go like to lean up on one in the hot sun, you're like, oh, finally some shade.
Yeah.
You're like, oh god, oh, ah.
Yeah, which I mean, the largest like carnivorous plant that we know of is about 16 inches tall. So one that's man-eating is definitely unheard of. But
Yeah,
there's
it'd
been
have to be pretty
reports,
big.
apparently there's one in Madagascar, which is a wild ass place that has, what is it? I don't even remember. There's a certain amount of species that are only found in Madagascar. It's like a preserving land.
Oh yeah, because it's like a small island off of Africa, so I mean, it's not like
Untouched.
connected to the mainland.
Yeah, it's mainly
Probably
untouched.
has its own ecosystem that
Yeah,
developed
independent.
separately.
Yeah. So there's been so many reports, but this Madagascar tree mainly came up in 1874. There was an article published in the New York World, which was a big magazine in New York City. It ran until the 30s, I believe. Anyway, the article was published by a German explorer named Karl Lesch, where he supposedly encountered a sacrifice performed by the Mikoto tribe of Madagascar. Okay? So, in excerpt from this actual piece, he has described this terrible thing. So, let's see what he had to say. It was the slender, delicate palpi with the fury of starved serpents quivered at a moment over her head. Then, as if instinct of demonic intelligence fastened upon her in sudden coils round and round her neck and arms. Then, while her awful screams and yet more awful laughter rose wildly, to be instantly strangled down again into a gurgling moan, the tendrils, one after another, like great green serpents with brutal energy and infernal rapidity, rose, retracted themselves, and wrapped her about to fold and fold, ever tightening with cruel swiftness and savage tenacity of anacondas fastening upon their prey. So
this is the tree, like
yeah, so
the
he's
tree's limbs coming and strangling
her.
this
Now,
woman?
to give you the idea of these trees, what apparently happens is they grab people and torment them with their branches. They'll grab you and strangle you and pull you and yank you, and then at the end, the bark opens up and then they swallow you whole.
Wow.
Okay.
That sounds like where Sam Raimi got the idea in the newest Evil Dead remake.
Yes.
For the trees that attack the lady.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, if this is true and this German explorer saw this shit, the Mikoto tribe had to apparently make the sacrifice. It was some type of god, to keep the peace. That's crazy. Who did they sacrifice? Like, I can't find a trace of who they could sacrifice, but maybe it's one of their own. Maybe it was one of the Germans. Who knows?
Maybe they were smoking some good shit, that Makoto tribe.
Yeah, man. Ooh, true, right?
Maybe the German guy couldn't handle it.
Yeah, right. They just like toss some good shit into the fire, and they're like, "Here, you come here." That's a
like,
terrible
man,
tribe.
The trees, they're eating people.
And more like a like a mumble, like, and then like a gesture, like, "Come here."
It's like just smokes them out.
Breathe it in. Breathe
The
in.
wind changes direction. Just totally gets it in the
That
face.
tree just ate a man.
Be like, oh yeah, he's good.
And they nodded
He's
back
good
to
now.
him, and he woke up the next morning with this crazy idea. No, but I mean,
He's like, I have to write this
there's
down.
legends of this all over Africa, though. There's the Nubian tree. There's other ones too. The vampire vine that'll grab you and suck your blood. So it's wild, man, to see these crazy legends. And that one's not too old. I mean, but everybody wants to claim
When was
fame.
that one?
1874.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah,
recent.
it's probably when we first started going to Madagascar. I'd imagine.
Huh. So Madagascar. Watch out for the plants, man. They'll come at you
Yeah,
there.
never trust a tree, man.
You can't trust anything your eyes show you,
Yeah, not at
because
all.
whatever you're looking at could be something else too.
Yes, sir. You could just transform.
Exactly, like the Wendigo of North America.
Ooh.
This is a
Re-
shape-shifting cannibal monster that's supposedly an evil spirit that would inhabit the northern forests of the Atlantic coast and the Great Lakes region of the United States and like Canadian regions.
Ooh, man. What did this creature look like?
It would look anywhere between like a half wolf, half deer, half person. It's a shapeshifter, so it can transform between looking like a human type creature and a wolf. And yeah, they're supposed to be very deceptive. You essentially, according to certain Native American folklore, you can turn into a Wendigo from uh, consuming human flesh and doing anything cannibalistic. It's very cannibal driven folklore. But even up to today, there's a lot of belief in the Wendigo and the evil spirit that could like come up to you and assume a different form and trick you and eventually eat you. I would assume would be their goal.
Man, a lot of these lores are about trickery like that. Like, I read about a spider in India that would like take the form of a beautiful woman and then lure you away and become a giant spider that would eat your insides.
Women, all right.
Yeah, dude, for real. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. They kill you either
All
way.
right. It's a real Black Widow there. So yeah, the Wendigo can also be attributed to like a werewolf type creature. If we wanted to kind of get it to a more modern, uh, like equal playing field, I guess. Uh, it can also, but when I'd say it differs from a werewolf because when it turns into like a human, it's like it knows what it's doing. It has an evil intent. It's always like it's never going to be a good Wendigo. It's never a good thing when a Wendigo shows up.
Dude, fuck that. I never want to cross one of these fucking things.
Well, this one unfortunate soul, and like I said, there's been sightings in modern times too. Now, granted, this is something that we had found online, so we have to take the person who wrote its word for it. But I found this to be quite a chilling experience. If it did turn out to be true. So this is the Wendigo story. When we had crossed the reservation border, I noticed the bus driver had sped up and was now going 85 miles an hour. I thought that was a little weird because he never exceeded the speed limit, at least not in my high school career. For some reason, I couldn't fall asleep like the rest of my teammates, and I just sat back in the back of the bus staring across the desolate desert landscape that was lit up by the full moon. As I looked out, I could see a figure running towards the bus at an angle of pursuit and keeping up with the bus at 85 miles an hour. As this figure got closer, I saw that it was a humanoid figure. As a matter of fact, it looked exactly like a human, only that the face was painted half black and half white with glowing eyes. Glowing eyes like a rabbit's eyes reflecting light from a spotlight. I immediately thought, holy crap, it's a skinwalker. Skinwalker is another name for Wendigo. The skinwalker ran up to the edge of the road and just kept up pace with the bus, hurtling sagebrush and rock while staring at me. After I made eye contact with the thing, I could not look away. It was as if something was holding my head in place and my eyes in place. The skinwalker just smiled at me with its inhuman smile that went from ear to ear, showing crooked yellow pointed teeth. I felt as if I was going to throw up, and I was panicking throughout the whole ordeal. The skinwalker started to crumple down on all fours, still keeping up with the bus. I could see his bones crack and reform. Hair started appearing all over the skinwalker's body, and in about 3 seconds, it was now a coyote, and it ran off back into the desert out of view. As soon as it was gone, I ran on board to the onboard bathroom and puked. I didn't tell anyone for the fear that they would think I was crazy. So yeah,
Dude.
that's the Wendigo story.
Yeah, if that was true, fucking A, man. Fuck that.
I would be slamming on the back of the bus driver's like shoulder, like telling him to go faster.
Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Go faster! Go faster! That's terrible.
Right? That would just be I that it creeps me out, just the fact that, you know, it can shapeshift, and the idea that you never know if, like, oh, okay, is that a coyote watching me in the distance? That's kind of normal. But then, like, all of a sudden some weird person walks up to your campsite and is like, hey, how's it going? You don't know who they are. I've read other stories like the one we just read online, where there was one where a boy was at a party out in the desert, and a random stranger came to like hang out with the rest of the group, and no one knew who it was. And then the person asked for a ride home, and they like dropped everyone off, and they asked where that person lived, and they said the person who was driving's address. And when they said that, they like parked the car and just ran. Because they were like, they didn't want to drive them to their house because they didn't know what the hell they were gonna do if they did, so they just booked it, they said.
Yeah.
So who knows like who that was or what that was, or because no one there knew it. So don't give people rides home. I think that's the second time we've suggested that on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. You've given strangers a ride home, but I won't do it.
I'm a friendly guy. I'm like, hey, you need a ride? Like, yeah.
You're the first guy that dies in a horror movie, man. I'm trying to tell you
like, yeah, get in. Me and my friends are just going to our campsite. Yeah, we're gonna be there all weekend. No one's really checking up on us. Oh, look at that. I don't have much cell service.
Yeah, this guitar case. Yeah, it's full of weapons.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
You need ammo for that? I have some in the back.
I do. Let me just load it.
What was that?
What? Oh. I didn't say that I was going to kill you in your sleep.
Okay.
Mind if I stay with you tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
And see, this is the scenario that could play out. You could be picking up one of the worst criminals in the world, and you always wonder what they want to eat right before they're put to death, you know? That's something I've wondered for a while.
Yeah, especially that's an important thing to think about, like your last meal. Food's like the essence of everything. Like, come on.
So that guy that I picked up in the van in our hypothetical situation, you know, he's coming down on you with the knife, and you're just thinking, I wonder. The last thing before it hits you, you're like, I wonder what he wants for dinner. You know. That's what you're always.
He's definitely going to death
thinking.
row. I wonder what he's going to get for his last meal.
Right? I'm sure that's the last thoughts.
They're gonna catch you. What are you gonna eat?
Just tell me. Tell me.
Any last words?
So.
Yeah, your last meal.
Like, see, then he might help you out. He's like, they care about me. So that's the topic that we're about to get into, is what people requested for their final meals or their last meals. I don't know. It's something that's like kind of gets you thinking. I mentioned it to a coworker today, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I wonder what I would have." You know, it's like something you automatically go into in your own mind. You're like, "Oh shit, I have a favorite food."
Hell yeah, man! I would. We'll get to what I would do.
Oh yeah, we got ours at the end.
We'll wrap up with ours.
Off the
I'm
top, we got
about this. Serial killers and
I know,
murderers
right?
make me hungry. I never thought I'd say that.
I'm thinking about cereal.
Ooh.
So let's get into it. So we're gonna be even hungrier by the end of this. I hope you guys ate before turning this podcast on. So the first guy we got is Dobie Gillis Williams. He got 12 candy bars and ice cream. They didn't specify what ice cream.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Either way, I mean, it's not like he has to worry about getting diabetes.
No, not at all.
Fuck it.
He's got nothing to live for, I guess. So
Maybe he
yeah,
was
that's
diabetic.
why
He's like, fuck it, I'm going out with my sugar level through the roof.
that could do it too. And maybe it was an out plan. He was like, I'm not letting them get me. I'm gonna like. I
Ooh,
wonder if
tried to
he
shock
ate
himself.
the ice cream. I wonder if he ate the ice cream with the candy bars.
Ooh, like mashed it up into it.
They mashed it up or like tried to scoop
It's
it
just so
out. You
sad.
know,
You're just mashing it in a cell, like, you die.
it's like stirring it with a
What if it was like
Snickers.
12 assorted candy bars there? It was all like Snickers. He was like mashing them up and stirring it with one.
What if
Mashing
what
Snickers
if
with
they
Snickers?
what if they didn't specify what the candy bars and ice cream were because they like fucked him on it and he got like rum raisin ice cream and he got like Heath bars or something. I mean, I like Heath personally, but I think everyone thinks that's generally a pretty shitty candy bar.
He's like, but I want my Snickers and peanut butter ice cream.
Like, yeah, that's why we didn't give it to you.
And they're eating that while they watch him eat the shitty stuff.
Like, you get rum raisin and Heath.
Nobody likes rum raisin.
Especially not with Heath bars. It's all stuck in your teeth. And then you get raisins in there. It's just bad news. So on to our next is a lady. We got Teresa
With
Lewis.
the worst choice. Well, not the worst choice, but what the fuck?
Yeah, you read this. You read this one.
So fried chicken. You got
one.
me at fried chicken. That's actually one of the things that I'm gonna go for.
Solid choice.
Apple pie's cool. Dr. Pepper, not my choice.
Okay, yeah.
Like
I
a
can
Dr.
dig
Pepper,
Dr.
no
Pepper.
less. And peas with butter. What?
Oh man.
What?
Oh man.
Veggies
Your last
are
meal.
gonna be your last meal.
You're like peas with butter?
Peas with butter.
Not even like Brussels sprouts with bacon.
Dude, right? Like sauce
I
it
could
up
give
a
it
little
to
bit.
you there.
Dude, with a little cheddar on there.
Like, just give me some frozen peas and throw a little bit of margarine on there.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. The next person knows how to live it up a little better, though.
We got Alan Lee Davis. He goes, 1 lobster tail, fried potatoes, half pound of fried shrimp, fried clams, garlic bread, and a 32-ounce root beer. This guy is like essentially cleaned out Red
Sounds
Lobster.
like a man that knows what he wants. I like him. It's a shame he had to be put to death.
Well, we don't know his crimes. We're not listed crimes here today. We're just listing food choices.
Yeah, we should have actually looked into the crimes.
judging-
But we just wanted to know what the people wanted to eat. You're a horrible
Yeah, we're
person.
just
What
more
do horrible people eat?
What's their palate? Yeah, what's the palate of a terrible person?
Yeah.
And you know what? This guy's got a good taste palate to say anything about it.
Hey, yeah.
You know?
I could, dude, if I had to like pick like a generic layout, like, and that was one of the choices, like trays, I'd be like, all right, fuck it, I'm going with that.
Hell, if that was on an airplane's menu, I'd be happy.
Yeah, please. If any of that was on an airplane menu,
I don't. Yeah, I mean, damn. Yeah, it's
have the garlic
that's
bread.
Straight up.
yeah,
That's
with
like the
extra
Bubba Gump.
garlic.
That's like the Bubba Gump basket right there. Is what he ordered.
That's what we're dubbing
I
it.
would. I'm definitely a fan of that.
Yeah.
And who we got next?
So next on the list we got Victor Figueroa. Single olive with a pit. Now,
Bitch ass.
he had hoped to grow an olive tree in his stomach after he had died.
Oh, he should have crusted some dirt too. He could have fucking eaten dirt for the 1 olive that he
You will
ordered.
give me 1 olive with the pit still installed, and then you will bury me in the field of my request.
Dude probably didn't even like chew it. He probably just swallowed it whole, like an asshole.
He's looking at the guard in the eye as soon as he brought it in, like, no need to leave the plate.
It's like, I will come back as a tree, and I will fall on this
I will
godforsaken
come back
prison.
as a tree in Africa, and I will eat every man.
Oh, he could be a man-eating tree. Maybe that's where they come
That's his
from. Maybe it
plan.
says, oh, okay. Maybe he was getting into some African folklore.
He was gonna
see.
mutate that olive pit into the olive tree of hell.
Yep. And then he was going to become a man-eater. He was going to try and bust
So-
out the prison and
It would just
Eat the
shoot
guards.
olives at people. It wouldn't even like if you wouldn't come with and fuck with it at close range. It would just shoot olives at you with the pit, so like at fucking 300 miles an hour and fuck you up.
How far do you have to be to just like enjoyably catch olives in your mouth?
I don't know if there's. I feel like at any range, like because it's gonna slowly go down. But even if you're like down on the ground catching it, it might fuck your head up. Like
Maybe because that's a good business plan right there. You just start catching those olives.
I guess if you had a
resell that
net,
shit.
yeah, you could like fashion a net to like take the recoil and catch those fuckers and just be like, ha ha, dick, you're giving me free olives.
Free olives.
Then you'd have to
all
evolve
day.
into like
Just
something else, like get real fucked
All
up.
you got to do, if you want to start an olive business, you have to get the dead body of a serial killer guy who swallowed the single olive with a pit still installed. You have to plant it in your yard. The body.
The best fertilizer known to man. Like we should get on this for the future. Like buy criminal bodies, install like a seed of a plant that people want, and just be like, this is guaranteed to fucking grow.
And it's gonna be a supernatural creature tree with some sort of olive spitting power.
Side effects: this tree
some
might
sort.
haunt you.
It might haunt you. It might eat your children.
Keep your kids
But-
away. Put a fence around it. Recommendation.
But the offset of the price of the free produce is definitely going to pay for it.
You never have to feed it. What do you have to complain about? You kill plants all the time. You know it.
So if you're not in the olive mood, you can go with Ted Bundy's request here. He declined his last meal.
I'll have nothing.
He went-
Ted, are you sure?
He went. I don't want anything.
Ted,
I'm
you have
upset.
to eat. I'm worried about you.
I'm not going to eat until you guys take me off death row.
Ted, you know you have to die. You've done bad things.
I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not coming out of my cell ever again.
Ted, we're going to pull you out of there and we're going to kill you. You might as well eat. What do you want?
I want to live with Dad.
Your dad wants nothing to do with you. Ted, last chance.
I want nothing. I'll have nothing.
That's it. You're getting steak, eggs, hash brown, toast, milk, and juice. You're getting the standard.
That's
And then you're getting killed.
that's really what I wanted all along.
Ted, you should have just said that. You're never honest.
I don't know how to
That's
love.
why we're here.
I don't know how to love. So yeah, Ted Bundy declined his last meal. He received the prison standard, which is pretty nice. The prison standard. I wish I could go down to Denny's and be like, I'll have the prison standard.
I was just gonna say it
Some
sounds
steak.
like a diner standard. Like you go to there and get the breakfast special. Like, oh, that's the name of the diner would be like the name of the meal. Like, oh, that's the blah 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 special.
Right, the Howie D special.
Yeah, let me get that with milk and
then-
juice to curdle the milk in my stomach, please.
Yeah, please. So yeah, it's consisted of steak, eggs, hash brown, toast, milk, and juice, which pretty solid for a standard.
It's got your proteins.
I'd take
It's got
it,
your carbs. It's got your covered.
but it doesn't have your sugar
Yeah, no. Well, the milk has sugar technically, so you get a little.
and the
dab.
juice probably.
Yeah, the juice has natural sugar. Yeah.
You can go sugar overload and do what the next guy did.
Dude, my favorite type of ice cream. I hate explosive. Whoa, sorry.
Whoa.
Timothy
I see
McVeigh,
what you did
the
there.
Dirt McGirt that killed 168 people in the Oklahoma City bombings. His last meal was just 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. He was lactose intolerant too.
How do you? How do you eat that much ice cream though? 2 pints straight up.
Dude, I just imagined he wanted like to be gaseous when they had to examine his body.
You just wanted to have fresh breath.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it was. Minty. With the smell of
Little pieces of chocolate,
the smell of old milk.
right? I mean that's like a little overload. You gotta have a little bit of balance. Maybe take the steak and the eggs and the toast from Ted Bundy's. Add it with 1 pint of the mint chocolate chip, and you don't have to eat the other part of the pint. You can save that for later.
Yeah.
Well, we can save that for later. These guys, not so much. So our next one is another lady. We got Aileen Wuornos,
Yeah, who
who
that movie Monster is based on, right?
Charlize Theron starred in Monster, portraying Aileen Wuornos.
Yeah,
And you said something interesting earlier. You said that she had a lover that stayed with
a lot
her
of these
till the end.
people you'll find have like obsessors, like especially if they made nationwide news, like, and she had somebody that like stayed with her until like she was put.
So she also declined a special meal, kind of like Ted Bundy. But she didn't get the prison standard. She got a hamburger from commissary and a cup of coffee.
Ah, that's lame.
What I like to do right before I'm put to death is pour a nice, warm, full-bodied brew of
Probably instant
Folgers.
coffee. Probably not Folgers. Probably. I like to pour the powder, and then I like to pour the hot water on top and stir, and then I add instant creamer to make it look white.
There you go. So yeah, nice little commissary hamburger and a cup of coffee for
You know that
Aileen
shit was
Wuornos.
dry as fuck. Ugh. The worst
Ugh,
hamburger known to mankind. Prison commissary.
ugh. It's like a canned hamburger,
Spam burger?
a little canned burger.
Spam burger.
Now this next guy, he had it. He had it nice.
Oh,
We're a
Ronnie
little
Lee
shocked at
Gardner?
this.
Yeah. This is what I
Yeah,
could deal with
the
too.
fucking
Again, I'm the
prime
generic
time.
list. This is just a modified version. Guy got a steak, lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream to go with that apple pie because he's goddamn American. And he had a little bit of 7 Up. And then he decided, I want to watch the Lord of the Ring trilogy. Not just one, not just two. I want to watch all 3 of these motherfuckers while I eat all this shit.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around what he did to fucking get that. What do
He's the
you
most
do?
persuasive
What do you
motherfucker
have
ever.
to do?
Ronnie Lee Gardner. It just sounds
Was
like
it-
a fucking con man. He's a
Yeah, he does sound
manipulator.
like a slick
He's like,
dick.
listen, all right. So he originally asked for steak, lobster tail, and like something really rare like pufferfish. And they were like, well, we can't bring in a pufferfish chef that's trained. Like, you might die. Like, well, I'm gonna die anyway. Like, no, we can't do it. Like, we
Ah,
just
that's a
yeah,
fair
yeah. He's like,
argument.
all right, well, fuck it. I'll take everything else if you let me watch the trilogy of Lord of the Rings.
Oh man, so he highballed him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he got what he wanted originally because he didn't even care. He knew he wasn't gonna get the pufferfish, but
Well,
he got what he wanted.
that's what you got to do when you're. That's what you got to do when you're going in to buy a new car. You got to be like, they're highballing you, so you got to come down, but they're still gonna get what they want out of you. The price,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, this is no Corvette, sir. It's a minivan. You're looking at minivans. Well, it's still no Corvette.
It's true though. He's not wrong. So we were gonna do our last meal choices, but in the event of Ronnie Lee Gardner, who stepped it up a notch with the 3 hour or 3 movie binge watch of Lord of the Rings, we decided we're gonna do last meals and binge watch. So we didn't commit any crimes.
We
here.
persuaded our way to get it. He's not
Yeah.
the only slick fuck around town.
I could go out and buy my last meal if I
Yeah.
want. I mean, it's kind of weird to say, but I could.
Fuck it.
You
I feel
know?
like that's something we should
Everything
do one
on
day.
this
It's
list.
just like last meal day, just like feast, like Thanksgiving, but like almost like a stoner holiday.
Do all the things you
Like,
would
just-
eat. Okay, I kind of like that. Maybe we should make a
Yeah,
holiday.
man.
Get at us, listeners. If you want a
Last
holiday
meal day.
called Last Meal Day,
Because you never know.
where you eat everything.
Tomorrow could be the last day.
Yeah, you don't know. You could walk outside and get hit by a train if you live near train
Yeah,
tracks.
they come out of nowhere.
Just like when you're walking off of that porch, just look both ways and make sure there's no train coming. That's just a little piece of advice for you.
Look both ways.
And just move. Just move. Just stop. Why is your porch right off stepping onto train tracks? That's a terrible
Yeah,
place
you
for
live
it.
in Detroit, and the train tracks are like through your fucking neighborhood.
At least you can grab a free ride if you're quick
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. So hop, hop.
Hitching
Right
a
on.
ride.
So when you're not hitching a ride for free on a train that you jumped upon, and you're getting your last meal, and doing last meal day. Hashtag last meal day. Do you want to go first? Did you want me to go first?
It doesn't matter to me. I can go first. So, to start mine off, I would like to have a 6-pack of cinnamon horchata Blue Moon brew. All right,
Those
they're
are
so
tasty.
tasty, and I can never find them in more than like 3 quantity in the big sampler. So, good luck,
Yep.
fucks.
Yep.
Um,
Send Matt some horchata
yeah,
beer.
definitely get at me if you know where it is.
DM
Come
him.
on, hit me up. Uh, so besides the alcohol, what I want is 3 medallions of filet mignon. You know how they come in like those little slivers, those little slices? Oh, God, I want 3 fat
Yeah.
medallions of those, okay? I want
Okay.
3 slices of chicken bacon ranch pizza, okay? Okay?
Okay.
And on top of that, this is the topper, okay? I want a 3-piece meal from KFC with the goddamn biscuit, the coleslaw, and the mashed potatoes and gravy. All right? Yeah, I'm going out with the shittiest food ever because I fucking want it.
Oh, that's great.
And I want all this food because I'm gonna be watching the entire season of The Office while I eat it.
Okay.
The first
Good-
season.
good
I'll settle for the
choice.
first season. I'm not gonna be a dick and make it drag out 3 days. I could say, hey, give me like a little bit of crack and I'll watch the fucking the whole fucking what 6, 7 seasons. Yeah, 3 days
Yeah, I
straight.
think
I
it's
won't
like
even
7
sleep.
or 8.
Give me crack.
Fuck it, that's great. That now, do you think you'd take it in like courses
I
essentially?
feel like I'd lay it out all in front of me and I'd just sample on it. Like I just I'd eat a medallion of
Okay.
the filet mignon. Then maybe I'd eat one of the pieces of chicken. Have a couple nibbles of that pizza. Keep sipping on my beer. Oh, this first episode was pretty funny. Jim said something really that was hilarious.
That's great. Oh man.
Oh, that Michael. He'll
Now,
get you. He's like a knee slapper right there.
now I have to say we had some similarities between our last meals.
Ah, good taste. Comes
we had
along.
a couple. Yeah, definitely. We had a couple crossover items
Okay.
here. So for my last meal, I would go with a large glass of chocolate milk with Hershey's syrup. None of this Nesquik shit.
Okay.
Because we all know that when you make chocolate milk with Hershey's versus chocolate milk with any other syrup, it tastes way different. So we're going large glass of chocolate milk with Hershey's syrup, a large pepperoni pizza with blue cheese dressing on the side.
Dank.
This blue cheese dressing is for the pizza. It is also for the 6 hot buffalo chicken wings, all drumsticks.
Oh shit.
So I'll be dipping pizza with blue cheese, pepperoni pizza, and I'll be dipping drumsticks with blue cheese. I only need 6. I'm not gonna eat all of them
Yeah.
because I need room for my curly fries with cheese.
Oh shit, dude. I might dip those into blue cheese as well. I feel like you're gonna need about a pint of blue cheese.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
need a
fuck it.
decent
Add a
amount.
pint of blue cheese to mine as well. I'll find something to dip it.
Just throw,
Maybe I'll eat it with a spoon.
throw it on the side. Yeah, just for a little bit, dude. Crust. If
Fuck yeah.
listeners, if you have not tried pizza crust with blue cheese dressing, it's great. If you like ranch, like this will blow you out of the water.
Yeah, it's definitely got way more texture to it than ranch, and I love ranch like on my pizza. So
Definitely. So we got chocolate milk, pepperoni pizza, blue cheese dressing on the side, 6 hot buffalo chicken wings, curly fries with cheese, and a large black coffee with sugar, all while binge watching Planet Earth on an organic LED curved screen television.
yes, seeing the planet one last time in full HD.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Because then it's like, you could probably get up after that and be like, I'm ready. I know all, and I feel like shit from what I've eaten.
Yes.
Be like, I'm done with this body.
I'd like to.
Let my mind
Yeah,
descend.
I don't know the bylaws here, but if there was like free for all, then I want some fucking marijuana edibles and I want some weed, and I would go out happy.
Yeah,
as
we didn't.
fuck.
I was gonna say you included beer. I didn't include alcohol. If I was gonna include alcohol, there'd be a vodka tonic thrown in there too,
Dude.
and it would be
I
Ciroc
would straight
vodka
have
because that shit's
like
good.
a pack of the death gummy bears, where one gummy bear like fucking puts you out. My God. You can take the alcohol away. Just give me the gummy bears.
Right? Yeah, that'll be an interesting day when it comes down to allowing medical or like even legal weed in
That would
prison.
be the shit, man.
Yeah, they don't get alcohol,
We
so
found out
they
they're a
probably wouldn't
lot
get
less
weed either.
violent. If
Yeah,
they stop
right.
locking the
No,
people up that
surprisingly.
fucking use weed, first off, that fucking
Yeah,
the
definitely.
fucking 80% of people that are incarcerated are locked up for weed.
If you guys want to hear us talk political shit and want us to start a political podcast, let us know. Get at us. It's something we've been thinking
Yes,
about.
sir.
But the last segment that we're gonna do here with our Halloween stuff, we're gonna leave you off with some good
And you
Halloween
know
movies.
how we love our movies, people.
We got a whole list of them that we would say are like they might not all be Halloween related, but they're definitely ones that if you haven't seen them, totally
Yeah,
worth
perfect to
watching.
get you in the Halloween spirit.
Do you want to start off, Matt?
Well, one that I really liked, it'll bring you back nostalgic. Hocus Pocus. Who doesn't love Hocus Pocus? Come on now.
Definitely. Hocus Pocus was a good
Yeah.
one. Sarah Jessica Parker, Bette Midler. I can't remember the
A
names of
lot of
the
people that
younger
disappeared,
actors and
actually, like,
actresses.
off the face of the earth. The government
Right?
conspiracy, but we're not going to cover that today.
That'll be a different episode. A couple more. We got Psycho, the Alfred Hitchcock
The
film.
original, yes, it's, yeah, really good.
Oh, and you mentioned Wilford Brimley before. He's in The Thing,
Yes.
the 1982 Kurt Russell Wilford Brimley
Yeah,
version.
pillar in horror films.
Next,
The
we got
Exorcist,
The Exorcist.
which, come on, everybody's fucking seen that one time in their life. If you haven't, you need to see it at least once before you die. Fucking creepy.
Yeah,
It'll
I don't
hold up
even.
to this day.
I'm not even that. I'm not even that big on ghost type
Me
movies
neither.
and like possession type things, but that's one that's like an absolute
Yeah,
must see.
yeah, without a doubt, yeah. Yeah, it beats like the Amityville Horror by far.
The Shining is another that we would suggest that's kind of ghosty,
Paranormal, yeah.
sort of paranormal,
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Shining's another classic that everybody should fucking see before they die. You have to.
that's where that "Here's Johnny"
Jack
line comes from
Nicholson,
that
yeah,
you see.
coming through. God. Yeah, when
Yep.
he was a maniac. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Like, oh my god, that's that crazy era.
Another maniac you guys should know from Evil Dead 2 is Bruce Campbell. He was in a bunch of the Evil Dead series. He was also had a television series recently. I actually haven't checked that out. I'll have to
Yeah, yeah.
because he's an awesome actor.
Yep, yeah. Is that wait? Was that a Netflix original too? The new Evil Dead.
I want to say it was like Showtime
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
or one of those networks. We also have one that you were saying before. This is a dual
Yeah, this
one.
is one I watched on Halloween and like Christmas Eve, the Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Skellington.
Oh yeah, Tim
Come
Burton.
on, you can't go wrong with one of Burton's early works. It's animation is so cool. I dig it
Animation at its
until I
finest.
die. Like I'll love that movie.
Definitely a classic. Another classic,
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is a classic, man. It's you cannot go wrong. Don't watch the remake. Don't fucking insult.
I didn't
Don't.
see it.
Why would you? It's an insult. Like,
I mean, I'd give it
I
a
don't know,
chance. Like
it's ridiculous.
I'll give movies like 5-10 minutes before I turn them off. But when we're saying Ghostbusters, we're talking about the 1984
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
Aykroyd.
Dan
Come
Aykroyd.
on. Come on now. Can't go wrong. We just lost one of our Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Harold
Yep.
Ramis.
But my all-time favorite, and ironically named movie, is Halloween. You cannot go wrong with this classic, 1978, and it's still the like creepiest fucking slasher type deal of all. Michael Myers is paranormal and serial killer extraordinaire.
He's an unstoppable killing force.
You can check out the Rob Zombie remakes too. They're fucking pretty dope. I like his take on it. But the original, man, you cannot go wrong. Jamie Lee Curtis starting off her career, hot. It's fucking an amazing storyline. It gets crazy with the fucking. There's a couple that are off. What's the one? The Mask one. Don't watch the Mask one. I don't remember what the fuck the name is because it's horrible. But
there've been a lot of remakes.
Halloween 1 and 2 are
the Rob
best.
Zombie ones are pretty legit.
H2O is kind of cool if you want to watch Busta Rhymes get fucked. Resurrection's cool as well. Just because like if you have that nostalgia. But Halloween 1, man, check that shit out if you haven't, because I'm pissed at you.
Watch the classic. if you haven't watched it, get to it.
It's fucking Halloween, people. Get out there, fucking tear it up. Tonight is the night. If you're listening to this on the actual day it's released, fucking go out and do something fun. It's a work night. It's Monday. Fuck it.
We all know it sucks. You're scheduled. You got to get up. But fuck it. Yeah. It's like, Halloween.
I know me and you both have kind of like open ideas with plans. We haven't really figured it out. But I know we're going to find something fucking cool to do. We'll end up fucking going out doing something cool. Fucking see the people in their crazy fucking costumes. Do our crazy costumes ourselves. Fucking spur of the moment. Who knows?
I still got to make my costume.
Yeah, me too, man. We'll craft it like we always do. Wing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this has been American Psycho Podcast on Halloween. Wishing you a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Have a fucking great time, but be safe out there.
And that's it.
There you go.
Pick a fucking pumpkin. What? Just fucking do it. Just smash a fucking pumpkin. You know we want to. It's so much fun. But I'm just... I don't think we should. Just do it. But... you really think... We think it's fucking awesome. Just kick a pumpkin. Just kick a fucking pumpkin. Just kick it. Just fucking kick it. Fine. I'll fucking do it.